I've tried every sandwich in the neighborhood, and nobody does it like this place that I used to order from on a regular basis, but they closed down. The health department closed them down. But I'm going back in. They're opened up, and I'm going back in today. Yeah. And I'm getting something that you could probably mix anything into it, but I'll take my chances. Tuna fish. Wish me luck. Woo, woo! Oh my God. Woo! Woo! I have the balance of a baby deer.
Timber.
You ever see when a deer is... You ever see when a deer is born, they can't walk, or a colt, like a horse? When they're born, they can't stand up. That's me. So yeah, I got the balance of a colt. Well, that Anthony Mackie, I gotta tell you, he always gives good couch talk. Now go make Daddy a sandwich. I don't like the daddy part. There's something, you know, if you have a father, don't call your man daddy. Even if you don't have a father, don't call your man daddy. Every once in a while I slip up. Don't mean to say it. Maybe my father is slightly on my mind. And I'll say, you know, Daddy, can you pass the remote? He likes that. Guys like that. He says, ooh, say it again. I said, no, that was a mistake. Really? Speaking of steak, maybe a steak sandwich would be better than tuna fish. I don't have the proper condiments. Tea was exceptional today. They squeezed 3 limes in it, a bunch of honey. This dress was only $69.
Wendy!
Hi, Bo. Have a nice day.
Wendy,
the belt is the investment. Thank you, thank you. The belt is the investment. The belt was probably a couple of $100. It's DVF, do you see? It's a wrap belt. It's made of leather. And then I was wearing some Christian Louboutin shoes. But the dress itself, cheap. I must tell you, I have a full-blown business meeting in my office. Right now, yep, I see, yep, there it is. Are they in there?
They're setting up.
Oh, they're setting up? Okay. Okay, but I only have like a very little bit of time.
Okay, we'll be really fast.
Okay.
We'll just get everything hung nice.
Okay, well then in that case I'll come in here. I do have more time for you. I thought that I would. Come on. What do you want to talk about? Darn, this is the day that I could have had some Ask Wendy's. You know what I like about you all? From the bottom of my heart, you help each other, and you've become a community, the after show. Sometimes a community of haters, but you've become a community yourselves. You know, like somebody will do an Ask Wendy, and then I see many of you chime in and offer your differing opinions as well. And some of the opinions are really insightful. You're so smart to be so mean to me sometimes. You know? You have like really smart opinions. I'm like, who are these people? Are these the same people who read me for filth? Wouldn't you agree, Tristan?
Yeah, they're very good. It's nice.
And it's nice that everybody helps one another. Yeah. Really nice. I got my candy from the Candy of the Month Club. I'm not giving any away this time. I got all good stuff, including fireballs. Where's my,
Okay.
There was a man in the audience, we didn't get to his Ask Wendy. He's 36 years old, and he's been seeing a guy. He said they've been on 5 really good dates. And I didn't get a chance to get to it, but I was kind of shocked. You know, as a go-getter and a take-charge person, I sometimes take it for granted that there are people who really are socially awkward and socially shy, and I apologize for that. A 36-year-old, 5 dates, wants to have sex with the person he's been seeing. And he wanted to ask me, well, you know, how should he approach it? And I'm like, 36 and you don't know how to approach sex? I'm thinking in my mind, and I'm like, oops, I forgot. There are people who are shy. In this case, it's not him that's shy. It's his socially awkward potential lover that's shy. I counseled him during the commercial because we ran out of time. But what I told him, I said, you have a heavy makeout session. And you proceed to put his hands where you'd like to put it. Like, no laughter involved, you know what I mean? But have the makeout session be like at one of you all's apartments, not out in the street, you know? It doesn't necessarily have to take place on the bed, but it can move to the bedroom. Doesn't that make sense, Tristan?
Mm-hmm.
A heavy makeout session. And then place his hands where you want it to be placed. And take it slow and take it easy. And everybody gets a happy ending. And then there was another woman in the audience today who her husband calls her best friend whenever they get into arguments or disagreements. Whenever the married couple gets in arguments or disagreements, he calls her best friend. And it turns out the best friend, she didn't say this part on TV, but I get more information during the commercial so I can further counsel people. Turns out the best friend feels very uncomfortable that the husband calls. So the best friend is not entertaining this, and she feels weird. And she just recently told her best friend who's married that her husband calls her. So that's when the married lady looked at the phone bill, was like, oh my God, it doesn't just call her, it calls her a lot. I don't see any need for my husband to talk to my best friend for anything, except for a handful of excuses. Number one, Wendy's birthday is coming up. I have no idea to get her. I know you girls talk all the time. What does she want? Then you call the best friend. Or, yo. That's my husband. She's not answering her phone, yo. Can you put my wife on the phone? Those are the only two. Oh, okay. Yo. Wendy's not feeling well, yo. She's at the hospital and, you know, she's asking for you, yo. Okay, that's three. I can't think of a fourth reason. I can't think of a fourth reason why your husband or your boyfriend needs to be talking to your best friend. So that's that. Equal to your man calling your mother. Equal. I don't want my husband calling my mother for stuff. What are you talking to her for? What are you talking to her for? I'm taking a cacophony of medications to try to stay well. Believe it or not, Tristan.
To my recommendation?
Go to hell.
You took it? Ha ha! I told you.
You know what it did? It dried up.
You sound a lot better.
It dried up the Slurpee.
Yeah.
But I'm just taking a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I went to Whole Foods. I bought like $200 worth of homeopathic stuff. Then I went to the regular drugstore and bought what you suggested. Which, by the way, we already had that in our cabinet.
It's expensive and it tastes terrible, but
I don't even care. I don't even
works.
care. And then I'm going to continue on the path of staying well by taking immune boosters every day. I just have to stay well, that's all. Antoine talking about wanting to get married in Bora Bora. A mosquito's not going to get me.
You're not going, I guess.
No. I'm not going if it's a destination wedding. The only way I'd go is if he got married here in New York. Where you know, and I'm not even big into weddings, but, you know, that's my guy. And so I would go. Although people have gotten married on this staff and I've never gone to weddings, I always give a nice, oh, Tristan, I'm sorry.
Nope, didn't go to my wedding, but gave you a nice gift.
Nope.
Gave you a nice end table.
And I didn't go to anybody's wedding.
I use it every night.
We gave you an end table?
Yep.
How do we know what your decor was?
It was registered. You registered.
Oh, it was registered?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's how we know.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't like to shop off the registry. I like to think of something creative myself. We didn't go to Persky's wedding either, if it makes you feel any better. And everybody was there. Kelly Ripa, Andy Cohen. Persky's dad invented That Girl. I was watching That Girl the other day, and I see his name pop up. I'm like, oh, there's Persky's dad. Everybody was at her wedding, except for us. Maybe I shouldn't go to Antoine's either, just to keep it even around here.
It's all right.
All right, is everything set up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
We'll be ready for you.
Okay. I don't want my after show family to see what project we're working on. They'll know soon enough. I love you for watching the after show. Listen, tomorrow is Friday, and our Hot Talk panel is here to break down the biggest stories of the week. And Ryan Guzman, you know, the guy who came out when Jennifer was here, that was just a little taste for you. He's coming back to interview tomorrow, so we'll get to know Ryan Guzman as well, okay? All right, I love you for watching the after show, and I'll see you next time on Wendy.